This is part 2 of how cool my mother is. And like before, Mom, I thank you and I love you for everything. My mother's a gangster. And by gangster, I don't mean in a gang. I mean she's a gangster. She knows how to wheel and deal. She knows how to throw down. She knows when she's being taken advantage of, and she don't play that game. And this woman will have absolutely no problem when she's fed up to snatch you the fuck up. She don't want to, but she will. If I were to put a 1980s, 1990 Miss Churchill starter kit, it would consist of chocolate donuts, big red gum, diet burners, and a stack of magazines like People and etc. Mind you, she looks like Cher. And I mean the long black hair. You know what I mean? Everyone liked my mom. Everyone likes my mother. My mother then walks up to me and says, come on, let's go. Where are we going? It's a surprise. Now, mind you, I know who my mother is. I know the game. Now, I also want to say this. We never robbed anyone. We never stole from anybody. We never shoplifted. We never wronged anybody. We never hurt anybody. Anything ever in the years, we would never do that. We're not that kind of family. My mother was the type of mother, for example, may I please have one more of that McDonald's toy for my grandson, for my nephew, for the, and you know what I mean? And they just, you know, it's the 80s and the early 90s, you know what I mean? Times were simpler. Times were much different than they are now. Don't have the mindset of 2022. Have the mindset of 1980s, 1990 if you were born then. You know where I'm at. But for some that don't. I'll give you an example of what I learned. See this hat? I could return that hat to Arby's and get my money back. That's how I know how to negotiate. I know how to wheel and deal. I know how to be argumentative. I learned a lot from her. 80 fucking probably percent of it all is from her. So anywho, to end this story, my mother says, grab your bag. I said, where are we going? She said, it's a surprise. We get there. We pull up to Best Western. She looks at me. She says, follow along. And I said, all right. We walk in. We walk up to the counter. And the gentleman says, how may I help you? And she says, we're here for a birthday party. And he says, okay. Now, sometimes it was different. After that, we did it more. Sometimes it was, well, who are you here for? And she'd throw out the name or, whatever. But we always got in. And I'm in the water. And I'm looking at her, and I had nothing but mad respect for this woman as she sat there reading her magazines. Got in for free.